Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of D&D Quick Shots. Today we are talking about, can a lawful good character be a villain? So can a lawful good character be a villain? Well, this comes from a question in a Ask Games Master Reddit thread that says, I know the automatic response would be no. Fair. But what if they were raised in a community where doing wrong is considered normal or even praised and they don't understand what is actually good? I've been thinking about it for a while now and I'd like to hear other people's thoughts. Well, the very first thing that I would talk about there is how morals really do make the man, right? So it's only bad if it goes against your morality, right? So lawful, in theory, means that you're following laws that are set. Right now, what that really means is that let's say there is a law that says your firstborn child is sacrificed upon an altar, right? If you follow that, you're lawful, right? Now, is that a good thing? Well, it depends on what your morals are, right? If that's the way you are keeping an ancient, some kind of monster from coming back, and that's the storyline and everything else, and that's how you've been raised, and that's generations of it, and people who don't are shunned, and then that becomes a terrible thing, well then yeah, at that point you are being lawful good. You're doing as expected of you. Everybody is following the same suit in general, and you're following the law. Morality really plays heavily into the alignment chart of the assumption of common sense morality, right? So you have things like ethics out there, and what ethics actually means is that doing the best for good for everyone. So there is a commonwealth knowledge of this is okay and this is not okay. I would be hard pressed to find somebody who thought that it's okay, to rob your grandmother, right? If you say, yeah, no, that's fine, right? Your morals are wrong, right? Now, if that would be the entire situation for everybody in the community and it's an accepted fact and that's how things should be and blah, 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 then at that point, that becomes lawful good. Now, I think what would make things a little more interesting and make it a little more sense to the question is that, can the bad guy think he is the good guy? And that answer is absolutely. I find those villains are more likely to be compelling because they have a sense of righteousness and they believe what they are doing is the right thing. Very few villains think they're doing the wrong thing. A great example, I love the Dan Brown books. A lot of people hate them. You can talk about that all day long. But in one of the later books where he's traveling through and looking all over Italy and doing one of those things, the end point of the book is that whether or not, if the world is overpopulating and you can create a disease that automatically basically chemically castrates, let's just say, a third of the population or 2/3 of it or whatever, not that it actually kills anybody, but it just keeps them from having children, and then you obviously kill out a huge population growth expansion that's going to happen, because as you double up in size over and over again, then at that point we're set to redouble in population in the next 20 or 50 years or whatever it is, right? The theory of that is he thought he was doing something good. He is saving the planet. Now, do the means justify the end? Well, in his mind, yes, right? Like, does he think he's a bad person for doing this? No, he's not physically harming anybody other than the fact that they're not allowed to have kids. So does that mean that he is going out and just trying to take over the world or anything? No, he is forcing his will upon the world, absolutely. But he does it with the greater good in mind. He has this big thought in his head that if you can keep the world from dying, then that is the right answer. So that's a fantastic version of a bad guy who thinks he's a good guy, right? That's not somebody who is going out and trying to murder people, and it's not always about killing left and right. Sometimes it is about, this is the big picture. Maybe there is, let's just say there's a group of clerics out there who are doing something that the rest of the world realizes this is not the right thing, and you decide, well, listen, the best thing we can do is these clerics are harming hundreds of thousands of people continually, so we're going to remove them from power, right? So to the clerics, you become the bad guy. You are trying to stop them from something that they're doing that they feel they should be doing, right? To you, they're the bad people because they are causing harm, right? Very rarely do the bad people assume they are the bad people. It's not cut and dry like a lot of things are. So the best answer for everything, can a lawful good character be a villain? If your morals are flexible and there's a reason for it, absolutely. But have fun with it, make it make sense. They don't have to, kill babies to be a bad guy. So that's D&D Quick Shots. Thank you for watching. Definitely like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Once again, appreciate your time with us, and have a great day, guys.